Madtown's #1 for hits and hip hop, 93.1 JAMZ Fusion in the afternoons. Sitting down today one-on-one with West Coast artist Marmar. What's good, fam?
What's going on? What's going on?
Man, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. I've been knocking this single, Go Crazy, bro. Like, I've been going crazy with it. I like this, man.
For sure. I appreciate it. That's the goal. You know, he's trying to go crazy. He's trying to go crazy for sure.
You're definitely doing that, man. Summer 2026 starting out the right way. I guess we pushing through the right way, man. So tell me a little bit about where you're from. Madison, we're not up on Marmar, so give us the 411, bro.
Nah, for sure. So what up, everybody? My name is Marmar. I'm an artist from Compton, California. I've been doing music since I was 8 years old, 15 years. So, we're just keeping it going, keeping it pushing, and yeah, West Coast in the building for sure.
That's what it's up, man. So you actually were telling me a couple of minutes ago off the air that you got to start by doing acting, which is really cool. You've been blessed to be in this creative lifestyle, most of your life. Like, how has that shaped and helped mold like where you're at today?
That's a good question. I haven't got that one before. I feel like me seeing like stuff that's not normal at an early age kind of shaped my mindset, you know what I'm saying? And it's kind of helped me stay grounded in a sense, because I've always been like a mature kid. Like I've never really been into cartoons. So like my mom would tell me, like, as a kid, I would turn on the Cosby Show, like stuff like that, like stuff that kids is not normally doing. I was doing that. So just seeing things at an early age kind of not jaded me in a sense, but me being in my early 20s, a lot of people want to go outside to the clubs or are fazed by celebrities, and me being around celebrities and seeing the lifestyle at an early age kind of was just, I'm not really affected by it. Like I'm not trying to improve or trying to impress anybody. Like I'm just trying to do me. So I feel like that's the stuff that kind of shaped me and molded me into the person I am today, for sure.
I think you get to see, at a young age, you're impressionable, right? So you get to work in this industry, you see the actual work ethic that people put in, you know what I mean? And like you see where it's not cut out for everybody, like the hours, the grind, the intuition, like, you know what I mean? Like you're getting exposed to that at an early age. Like I think that gives you an advantage,
For sure. Especially because I was on shows where one person, there was an actor there one day, the next day they're gone. So it kind of put me in that mindset of, okay, if you don't handle your business, you're out of here. So it kind of just helped me stay focused and, keep the main thing, which is the work. So if you're not doing the work, then you're liable to get replaced and cut.
And I think it's also, kind of funny, ironic, you're saying like, you weren't doing things the other kids were doing. You were watching Cosby, right? You were watching the cartoons, but you're not doing things that the other artists are doing, right? You're not doing things that a lot of the other actors are doing. You were doing some cartoons. You were doing some TV.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you were taking vulnerable lanes that other people are just kind of like, I don't know if I can do that.
No, yeah, for sure. It's just a testament to my upbringing. My parents, my family's been supporting me since day one. So, they seen the talent in me before I even seen it in myself, which is my pops. He was doing music first. That's how I got into music. Okay. With my pops, he was a singer, still is a singer. And I saw him doing that and I was like, I want to do it too. So he believed in me, made my first song, Ice Cream, went crazy. It's at like,
I'm right.
I don't even know, a couple 100,000 views, but whatever. But just, seeing stuff like that, I've never been the normal person, the normal kid. Like I've always kind of done what others are scared to do. And I just feel like that kind of confidence is helping me separate myself from, the other artists, like you said, for sure.
Man, I dig that. So let's talk about Go Crazy, man. I really like this single, but not everybody here in Madison and Wisconsin has been turned on to it yet. What's the single about, and how did you, what was your space when you wrote this?
Nah, for sure. So Go Crazy, hit record right now. Make sure y'all tap in. It's going crazy. The whole vibe around it was just energy, fun. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're in a space now musically where it's not a lot of dancing going on. When you go out to these clubs, it's like everybody's trying to look the coolest, look the hardest. Who can buy the bottles? Who can, get all the girl? Like, that's cool, but we still want to have a good time at the end of the day. And I just kind of, wanted to bring that feel good, that early 2000s. Just, high energy, vibe back to music in general. So
vibe, really, bro.
Yeah, exactly, for sure. Just make you want to, do a little one too. But my space writing it, I heard the beat and I already knew like, okay, I gotta come with something crazy, like high energy, just make the people feel it. And so I had cut the record and I was at one of my friends' kickback, and she's known I've done music for years, and she was like, Malik, like, what you got going on? Like, so I was like, okay, babe, I got something for y'all. So it was a party full of girls. So you already know, I'm like, okay, I gotta play something hot. So I played Go Crazy, and they was going crazy. Like, I'm talking about they dancing, they turning up, they in a twerk conga line going back and forth. Okay. I'm like, oh, this is one of them ones. So I came home, told my pops, and we was like, all right, let's get to it. So the process. A lot of people don't know, but for this particular beat, the producer was in Russia. So, it was a language barrier. So when I reached out to, buy the beat exclusively, he was like, the beat is sold. So we were like, now what? We're back to the drawing board. So he actually reached out again and was like, I can remake the beat for you. And I was kind of hesitant because I didn't know if it was going to be that same type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to capture the same essence recreating a beat. I mean, it's doable, but it's just something I've never done before.
That depends on the producer. Like I know a couple producers that's how they've made a living on it. You know what I mean? Like if you look where our music industry's at right now, like nobody's making original songs anymore. Everyone's just flipping. Like look at what was good 15
samples,
years ago that nobody. We're sampling the sampled records now. So how do you redo it to make it good? You know what I mean? Like so, like
for sure.
Genuine Pony, they flipped that in. The Tyler flipped that in. To a hip hop record that's even slower.
Yeah.
Right. But that was the producer, right? It wasn't La Tyler. He got that from a producer actually local to Wisconsin. Shout out to DJ Payne One. That's you said that's dope, man. Like you have this guy that you're working with completely overseas who totally just tapped into your LA Bay vibe.
No, for sure. But it'd be different. It was different because we never communicated at all. So I don't really know what he's capable of. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it took us about maybe like a week to get the final product, which is the song that's out now, and relate the verses again, hook everything, and mix and master it. And here we are. Go crazy.
Go crazy.
Yeah, go crazy. Shout out Dire Death, man. Shout out Dire Death for sure. That's the producer of the beat.
So is the nod to E40, looking for, hoping for the remix, or you just, doing it because it's the inspiration? Like, what's
it's a little bit of both. It was, I didn't write the song like, oh, I'm trying to get E40. It was just what was flowing in my head at the time. You know what I'm saying? So like E40, tell me when to go. So it's just go. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just flowed. So I'm definitely down to get E40 on the remix. I mean, it's a nod. Come on. Tap in with your boy for sure.
Yeah, I remember, when Tell Me When to Go came out, and Keek the Sneak was on his run. Fast was a thing. Like the Bay Area had a run, man, and it was a dope time period. To see this record, but even with that, like that's hot.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
So is this off an album, an EP? Like, is there more to go crazy on?
Yeah, for sure. We pushing the record hard right now. It's getting a lot of good feedback. A lot of, people are tapping in and trying to do interviews, performances and stuff like that. But this is a part of a project. You know what I'm saying? It might be an EP. It's not an album, there's a lot of people that are still getting in tune with me, and I kind of want to show people what I have to offer. You know what I'm saying? Different vibes, different flavors. So, EP coming real soon for sure.
All right. That's what's up. Maybe fourth quarters.
Maybe something like that, something like that. Just stay on the lookout. Yeah.
All right, that's what's up, man. So what you got lined up for the rest of summer 26? What you got looking on, man? Got some concerts?
Nah, for sure. A couple performances, concerts, guest appearances. We're gonna keep pushing, go crazy. Just had a song drop last Friday called Be Beautiful. It's a play on words. So that's a different type of bag that I'm into. We're just trying to flood the people with content, just stay in people's faces and really just, take over, go crazy for sure.
Yeah, man. All right. So last question I got for you, Marmar on the show today. We support a lot of independent artists here at 93.1 JAMZ on the show. And I was just wondering if you could offer up any advice that would help other artists get on your level, man.
Nah, for sure. I'm still climbing myself, you know what I'm saying? But this is just, some of the gems I picked up along the way is just be you, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, in a world full of a lot of people, the only person that can beat you is yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like being you, being your authentic self is going to help you go longer than you trying to be somebody you're not. You know what I'm saying? I kind of got caught in that, being from the West Coast and, trying to appeal to everybody. At the end of the day, everybody's not going to like you. You know what I'm saying? So if you got to be okay with being yourself. If you love yourself, then that's all that matters, because the right people are going to find that, you know what I'm saying? They're going to gravitate towards that. So just be you. And yeah, man, that's the best thing you could do for yourself is be you at the end of the day, for sure.
I think that's real though, man. I think 2026, the world needs more of authentic and genuine. That's it seems to be what everybody's asking for, right? And that wins.
For sure. That's the best thing you could do. Just be authentically yourself, for sure.
All right, man. So you said you dropped a new single. It was called Beautiful.
Be you, yeah, beautiful. Be beautiful.
Man, what's it about? Let me, tell me a little bit about that so that I can help run that one up too while we going crazy.
Yeah, for sure. It's a ladies' record. It's just about self-empowering. The women. No matter women go through stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? From I don't look right, or does he just make me look bad? You know how women are. So at the end of the day, this was just a feel-good record, just about through all the flaws, do whatever you see in yourself, just be you. Because at the end of the day, being you is what's beautiful. So that's pretty much it, for sure.
I think you've done a great job of like defining who you're making records for, and it's working for you, man. Marmar on the show today. For those who are just tapping in, do you got a website? Where are you at on socials? How can we follow the Go Crazy movement?
Yes, sir. So my Instagram is ONEMARMAR, one Marmar. TikTok, same, one Marmar _ we do have a website, marmar.com. Matter of fact, ONEMARMAR.com, one Marmar.com. That's where you can find everything, stay up to date. We got clothes coming soon. I'm a fashion guy. I get fly, so just stay tuned. We got a lot of stuff in the works, but yeah, Instagram, one Marmar. Tap in. We going crazy. We doing it up for sure.